Oh man. Oh, what's that?
There's a Chevy under there.
What in the world? I was just loosening this area here so I could plant some pineapple tops, some slips. I thought I'd just continue what was going on with the pineapples. And it's always something exciting to find. A new world of wonder and excitement. Every time you take this ground, I think that's a boulder. Goodness, that's a big one. There's just a solid hunk of rock down here. There. See that? It doesn't want to move at all. It's a problem with volcanic soil. When a volcanic eruption takes place, rocks are thrown around. So there's great big rocks here and there, sometimes the size of entire Volkswagens. I don't know why that's the measuring thing, but rocks the size of Volkswagens seems to be the thing. That's good. Look at that. That's the bottom of an iron. Yeah, I wonder if I could fix it. So we have pineapples up to right there. I have a few more. And the jury seems to be out on planting pineapples close together or planting them farther apart. They're supposed to produce both ways. So for now, I'm just going to continue planting them close together like I did on these that I already have. I'm just going to not worry about the fact that there's a stone right under there and assume that their roots will probably find their way. Since I've seen pineapple tops lay on the ground and not die for months, just stuffed alongside a spot where I thought I was going to eventually plant them. Not that worried that they're going to die from being over a rock. A little bit of soil, especially this nice rich soil that's here, I think they're gonna be fine. I don't know if any of you guys have OCD. I know I'm not planting these on perfect patterns. Look at the soil in the path here. Just seriously, over here, despite all the trash, despite all the rocks, despite how hard it was, now that the rain has come and we can break the soil up, this is the best soil I have ever gardened in my entire life. This is just incredible. So I think once we get it clear, this lot is going to be super productive. I mean, I grew up in South Florida. We had sand. It was basically beach sand, kind of gray, dirty stuff, and underneath it was pure white when you dug it. This is awesome. I'm really excited. I mean, maybe we'll get squatters' rights on this land and we'll get to keep gardening here forever. So this is really good.
Maybe I'll be lucky enough to find the bigger stone, and then I'll win. I think we'll put tomatoes over here. We started a whole bunch. And they look great, and they need a new home, a bigger, better home where they can put their roots down and bear lots of lovely tomatoes for us.
Thank you guys, all of you who went and voted for the Dragon Award nominations for Jack Broccoli. I know some of you were like, I don't want to nominate it, I haven't read it yet. Well, what are you doing? Why haven't you read it yet? No, I'm just kidding. You can read it whenever you want. so long as you read at some point. No, the point is, with Dragon Awards, this is the nominations. This isn't the final vote on whether or not it's the best book in the world.
That comes later.
It'll win best book in the world later, right? But for now, this is just, will it actually get considered by anybody? And that's what the nomination process is for. If you didn't get to nominate, I would really appreciate it if you can. I'll put it in the video description again. But so many of you guys were like, I did it, I did it, I did it. Thank you so much, it's awesome. I'll bet you I make it on the list. If I do make it on the list, I am going to brag about you guys in a video.
I'm not going to broad fork. I said I was, but I'm not going to. David's going to.
Why is that?
It's stuck. I can't move it.
Oh, it's because there's roots.
Yeah. Well.
Here. Yeah. My wife only weighs like 110 pounds, so. Not complaining. There are so many roots in the ground here. It's just insane. It's like when you have to cut up spaghetti for a little kid. I just come through and then chop, 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 chop. Take all the little bits of roots and pull them out so they're not in the way when we do our transplanting and all that. I probably don't have to be that crazy about it. Probably just have to cut them into bits and leave them sit. But there's something about having nice looking beds. I don't know. Can't quite overcome it, I guess. That and some of these roots are going to come back if I leave them in the ground. Look at that. I'm just going to continue the path that we already had out of the turmeric bed. There's a big stump right there. And then just mound it up, mound the dirt from the path up on top of our newly dug bed here. So we basically will have something like 18, 20 inches of loose soil underneath the transplants that we're going to put in, because there's 14 inches on the tines of the Meadow Creature, and then we're going to mound it up probably another 6 inches or something like that. So nice and loose. When you have loose soil for your plants, the roots can find what they need. Water passes through nicely. You've got some air in the soil, and particularly the annual vegetables that we like to grow really appreciate it. Let's plant. I'll poke holes, you stick them in. I've got eggplant and I've got tomato.
Okay. You could just do them however you feel like.
Yep. I just don't want to plant them too close.
Right. No, this looks good to me. Do we remember what kind of tomatoes we planted?
No. Some of them are beefsteaks and some of them are cherry.
Right. That's kind of what I thought.
We didn't keep any, we didn't actually keep track because it's boring if you keep track.
Yeah. That's it. It's not laziness. It's just a
No,
desire for excitement.
It's a chasing excitement in a pointless world. Looking for meaning. I think I could have used probably a few more beds, like 10 times this long, but considering it takes like 45 minutes to dig a bed, this big, it's going to take us roughly 30 years to plant all the transplants that we started on the porch.
Well, let's see. It took you significantly less time than it took me to do it. How long do you think it took you to do it?
To do the end of it, 5 minutes.
Yeah, so you could have done the whole thing in like 10.
There were roots. Now, for those of you who know nothing about planting tomatoes, remember that you can plant tomatoes much deeper than you think because they root out of their stems. So you can just dig them in deeper and bury them up.
Not only can you do that, it might actually be a good idea for support of the plant. And
they're very emotionally fragile tomatoes. They need that extra support. They need the warm embrace of the soil.
Do we know what kind of eggplant it is?
I think they're the long, skinny type. I like to pick eggplant that look like me. Potatoes that I put in this little sheet mulch demonstration bed all rotted away to nothing, so I'm just gonna keep jamming stuff in here until something sticks. Sometimes deep mulch is simply not the way to go because it becomes a haven for slugs and bugs and other things. Bare soil is often can actually be better for some issues. So I have a feeling that, see these? Look at this potato. The whole inside of it is chewed out and eaten by something. Look at that. It's still got some eyes on the outside, but it's done. That thing is toast. So we'll see. Maybe the tomatoes will get eaten too. I don't know. Keep sticking things in. Put a pepper in the middle. Maybe it will live. Maybe it won't. Maybe there's too much salt in the seaweed. Who knows? The Suriname purslane doesn't care.
Now you're just plain transplant fairy and you're blessing the whole garden with
That's right, I'm sticking transplants everywhere. This is a Suriname purslane, Talinum fruticosum, which self-seeded in the tomato trays, and I'm very happy about that because it's one of my favorites. So I'm gonna stick it in the corner right here. There's not a lot of root on it, so we'll hope it lives. Pray we get a little rain tonight. That would be really good for getting everything done. Let's see if that grows. I stuck an eggplant right here. There's a little celosia on the side, which really should be stuck somewhere else. Divide it off and see if it lives. If it gets a good bit of water, it'll probably live even with a little bit of root. But if we get a dry, windy day tomorrow, it'll probably die. It's just the way it goes. Oh, I'll have mercy on it. I'll give it some of the water that I brought over. There you go. Look at how tender and good I am to my plants. We're good gardeners. Here, little eggplant. You can have a little too. And here, oh sweet Talinum fruticosum. Good luck. Thanks for joining me. Got a lot done today, despite the very hard ground and lots of roots. And glad you could join us for it. Thanks again to everybody who went and voted for Jack Broccoli for a Dragon Award. I just really appreciate it. It was awesome just to see the outpouring. Everybody, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys. And I'm glad for the encouragement. Glad to be on YouTube. And I'll be glad to see you again tomorrow. And until then, may your thumbs always be green.
What are you guys doing over here?
I'm making bone meal from a bone I found in the fireplace.
What's all this?
Well, we were smashing charcoal for the gardens. And I don't know what this is. Wood. Okay.
Great. And what are you doing?
I'm making this.
What is it? Okay, great job.